Understand angles in a quadrilateral. Pause the video and have a go at example 9 and 10. So before we start, we need to know the fact that angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. So in example 9, we've got the four angles. They are x, there's 80, 67, and 125. If you add those four angles together, they should give you 360 degrees. So what you want to do is add together your 80, 67, and 125 and see what they give. If you add those three up, you might need to do that on the side of your page. That will give you 272. So x plus the three other angles, 272, give you 360. So x and so on, you have to take the 272 off the 360. And if you do that, that gives you 88. And you can check 88 plus 80 plus 67 plus 125 should give you 360. Example 10. Find angle B in the rhombus. After this example, I'll go through more detail about properties of certain quadrilaterals. For a rhombus, we know the property that all four sides are the same length. It doesn't mean that all four angles are the same length. You can see here, this is acute, this is obtuse, but these two angles here are the same size. They're the two acute angles, so they'll both be 40. And then these two angles are the same size. They're obtuse, and they are both called them B then. So now we've got the four angles in the triangle, we can say that the B plus the other B plus the 40 on the left and the 40 on the right, those four angles make up your quadrilateral, which is 360 degrees. If we simplify our equation, we can see we've got 2B and 80. That equals 360. To work out B, we'd first of all see what's the 2B worth. So get rid of the 80, take 80 off both sides. So that gives you 2B equals 280. And if 2B is equal to 180, 1B would be half the size, so B would be 140. Properties of quadrilaterals. These are just some facts that you need to know and learn. So a square has got four equal sides, four right angles. The opposite sides are parallel. You'll notice there, I know this is quite a poor pixelation, but one set of arrows to indicate that these two are parallel. Now these two are parallel, but they're not parallel with the first set, so you need double arrows there to indicate that these are parallel, but they're not the same. They're not parallel to these two, if that makes sense. And then finally, the diagonals are equal in length, and they bisect at a right angle. A rectangle's got a lot of similar properties. The opposite sides are equal and they're parallel. There's four right angles. The diagonals are equal, but they don't bisect at a right angle. They just bisect that. It depends on the dimensions of your rectangle, how the angle they bisect at. A kite, the adjacent sides are equal, the two sides beside each other, so these two are the same length, and these two are the same length. The diagonals intersect at 90 degrees. They don't bisect, so I maybe glossed over that earlier. Bisect means they cut each other in half, so these two diagonals cut each other in half. That length is the same as that length. Or in the square, this length is the same as this length. Whereas in the kite, this line is shorter than this one, so they don't bisect each other. One diagonal does. This diagonal here is bisected. It's cut in half, but the other one isn't. But the diagonals do meet at 90 degrees. The rhombus is four equal sides. The opposite sides are parallel. Opposite angles are equal. And the diagonals bisect, and they bisect at 90 degrees. Parallelogram, the opposite sides are parallel. The opposite angles are equal. And the diagonals bisect each other but not at 90 degrees. And the definition of a trapezium is quite vague, it's quite simple. The definition of a trapezium is that they've got one pair of parallel sides. You may be familiar with a trapezium looking more like this. That's regular when this length is the same as this length. That doesn't have to be like that. Okay, this length could be shorter than this length. As long as it's got one pair of parallel sides, it is defined as a trapezium.